Ready to conquer stress and thrive in your business? Picture this, a life where you can pursue your entrepreneurial dreams without losing your sanity. Imagine having both the time and the energy to pursue the things that are truly important to you, both professionally and personally. It's not just a dream, it truly is within your reach. But before we dive in, I want to encourage you to join my Facebook group for exclusive tips and resources for stress management and work-life balance. Plus, you'll be able to get your hands on my free PDF, which is the Stress Awareness Reading List. So join us today and take the first step towards a healthier, happier lifestyle. Now, we can't avoid stress altogether, especially on our entrepreneurial journey, but there are definitely ways that we can organize our work-life balance to make sure that we keep stress to a minimum. The first way we are going to do that is prioritize your tasks. Best way to start that off is to make a daily to-do list. Now, a few little tips about that. I personally like to have my to-do list for tomorrow written the night before. And you don't want to have too many things on it. We fall into that trap of having 20 things on our to-do list. Try to only have the top 5 things on your to-do list that are absolutely key that you know you need to do. Those income producing activities or the things you just have to do, like paying bills. Have the top 5 on your list in order of priority and make sure that you focus on those first. If you happen to get all those done, you can move on to other things, but you definitely want to have that daily to-do list with only about 5 things on it. You're going to have a list of other things you do know you need to get to do, but we like to call that the park it list. You're just going to kind of park it there, and when you can get to those things, you get to those things, but your daily to-do list should only be about 5 things and in order of priority. So the second thing you're going to want to do is delegate. You don't need to do everything all by yourself. And when we're talking that work-life balance, this means work stuff and home stuff. If you're a super busy entrepreneur and you work from home, then it's okay to maybe delegate some of those household chores to your significant other, older children. I know it's the motherly instinct in many of us to want to do all the laundry and all the cooking, but we don't need to. You can delegate those things to other people. And if you're at a place financially where you can just hire a Molly maid or someone to come in once every couple of weeks and do some of that cleaning and stuff for you, do that. Delegate it. Get it off your plate so you can truly focus on the things that are important to you, both personally and professionally. And the next part of that is setting boundaries. It's okay to say no to things, especially if they don't align with your personal values or they don't align with your business values and what you're trying to create and do with your brand. It's totally okay to do that. So make sure you always have your goals and values in check. And when things come up and they're on that to-do list or that park it list that don't directly align, either delegate it or just say no to it. And that's totally okay. When trying to ward off stress and create a sustainable work-life balance, you definitely want to prioritize self-care. You hear it all the time, but let's face it, especially as entrepreneurs, we always put ourselves on the back burner. We're trying to facilitate the business, our staff and people under us, if we have a team or downline, definitely our families. but self-care needs to be a priority. And there's a few ways we want to do this. First, make sure you're actually scheduling downtime into your calendar, whether it be a specific day of the week, whether it's once a week you go get a massage or get your nails done, or if you just never book anything on Sunday afternoon and that's just your day to go out and walk in nature and take the dog for a walk. You need to make sure you're scheduling that downtime right into your schedule for relaxation, refreshing your spirit, and just making sure that you're making self-care a priority. Next, you want to nurture your body from the inside out. That means getting regular exercise, eat nutritious meals, make sure you're hydrating and drinking enough water, you are getting enough sleep. When you make sure to take care of your body, you have much more energy for both your personal life and your business life to keep going and really do and create all the things that you want for yourself, for your business, for your family. And third, cultivate mindfulness. Really make sure that you're stopping to breathe, have some good breathing techniques, do a little meditation. As you all know, I'm a huge fan of journaling, and there's different ways you can journal. You can gratitude journal, you can prayer journal, you can just mind dump journal. But just that being mindful and practicing meditation and breathing techniques is just a great way to stay present in the moment, and it really helps at reducing stress or warding it off from coming altogether. And I think that is a great strategy to have in place, especially for us entrepreneurs. Another really important thing to have in place to make sure that we're keeping stress managed and have a healthier work-life balance is to establish work-life boundaries. I had mentioned it a little earlier about saying no, but you need to set other boundaries as well. Like, first of all, define your work hours. A lot of entrepreneurs, especially when they're first starting out and they're so eager to really crush and grow their business, and they're just passionate about wanting to help a lot of people, that we tend to work almost 24/7. We get up bright and early, we dive into it, we're checking emails on and off all day, we're answering calls right up until 11 o'clock at night because we get in that FOMO, that fear of missing out. Oh, if I don't answer that person back at 11:30 at night, maybe they'll go somewhere else. But you need to stop it and not do that to yourself. Set, define work hours. Whether you want to work from 9 till 3 and be done just before the kids come in the door from school, or if you're really at a stage where you just want this to be part-time because you have other life things you like to do, volunteering and being on committees, then maybe you only want to work 9 till noon. Maybe you only work noon till 4. But set your work hours and then walk away from it after that. Stick to them, because if you don't stick to defined work hours, you're going to burn yourself out, and then that's just going to increase your stress levels, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Next, you definitely want to create a dedicated workspace. Again, when a lot of people are first starting out and they get that big idea, and you hear the stories, there's a ton of very well educated people out there that are like, yeah, I started my business back in like 1992 from my kitchen table. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's all you can do. But if you can, carve out an actual dedicated workspace. I have one of the bedrooms in my house, which is my home office, which is dedicated and set up specifically for work and work only. So when I can come in here, I can close the door, I'm at work doing what I need to do. And then when I walk out that door, I'm in my home life and the business is closed, the door is closed. I'm not focused on it. So when you designate that physical area for work, it allows you to have that separation from your business life and your personal life. So do the best you can to make sure you create that designated space for your business. And then last but not least, set digital boundaries. It is completely okay to put your phone in another room and just not be with it. I often hit a certain time at night and I'm just not on social media. You often aren't going to get a hold of me via messenger or email on a weekend. I will check in on that stuff on Monday, and that's okay. Setting those time limits and boundaries around your screen time, you're going to need to do that for your sanity. And that means checking messages and emails and stuff outside of work hours too. You don't need to check emails all day, every day. Set a specific time for that. Okay, I'm going to get up in the morning. I'm going to do some of my posting. I'm going to do some of this. And then maybe around 10 a.m., I'm going to sit down for 20 minutes, half an hour, and just go through my emails. And then guess what? You don't do that again until the next day at 10 a.m. Too many people are so used to instant messaging, which is where it gets its name from, right? And that instant gratification, and they want an answer now. But most things are not going to fall apart if they wait 24 hours to get a response. I think we need to help everyone in the world mitigate their stress by just helping people breathe for a moment and slow their roll a little. So just make sure that you're setting those digital boundaries for yourself, and you're teaching those digital boundaries to your target market, to your clients, to your downline, whoever it is that you're working with, because it's really just going to help you create that sanity in that life-work balance and keep the stress levels at bay. All right, so thank you so much. So I hope you found that valuable and you have a few more tips in your toolbox to help you create a sustainable, stress-free work-life balance. I would love to hear from you. Share with me some of your work-life balance experiences, how you try to have a stress-free entrepreneurial journey. I would just love to hear your stories. So share them with me in the comments below. And don't forget to join my Facebook group, The Empowered Collective. You can grab my other PDF there, practical tips for stress management for entrepreneurs. And we can just create a community of empowered entrepreneurs living their best lives together. So as I always say, reemerge and rise, my warriors, because warriors do it better. And we'll see you in the next video.